Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbena efrig aleyna sabran ve sebbit akdamena ve ensurna alel kavmil kafirin. Allahümme ehdina fîmen hedeyt ve afina fîmen afeyt ve tevellena fîmen tevelleyt ve barik lena fîmâ a'tayt ve qina şerre mâ qadayt fe inneke teqdî ve lâ yuqdâ aleyk innehu lâ yezullu men ve'aleyt ve lâ ya'uzzu men âdeyt tebârekte Rabbena ve teâleyt felekel hamdu alâ mâ qadayt nestağfiruke Allahümme ve netûbü ileyk. Ve sallallahu ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etbahi ve sellem velhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Amin. Welcome everyone. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Esselamu aleykum ve rahmetullah. We are studying our life journey, everybody's life journey, represented in the Quran through this, the story of Adam's creation and his relationship with his environment and his capacity. And therefore, his capacity and therefore it is mission in this world, what Adam is supposed to be doing in this world. It means what we are supposed to be doing in this world. So we will directly relate to our personal, individual lives, inshallah. And we started this journey a couple of weeks ago, maybe more than this. This is the 5th week, I think. And we studied up to the section 2, verse 31. So it's a very famous verse. Everybody knows it, must have heard of it. So I will read it, the translation directly, and the translation starts, and he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Then he said to the angels, tell me the names of those if you are right. So, because we remember that angels opposed or, raised a question to the Creator, God, saying as if they didn't understand, not as if they didn't understand the wisdom in creating Adam, who will shed blood, cause corruption in the world. We discussed all the figurative meanings of this shedding blood in the world. Killing, it means making the things like, treating the things like dead bodies. It means killing the living being, means making it or turning it into a dead body. And we all know that. We studied this. Well, not necessarily that human beings will kill each other, which is also correct, but as far as the universal message of the Quran is concerned, it should not be reduced to a particular meaning of this kind of explanations in the Quran. We have to always look for the universal meanings, because the Quran is expected to give us universal guidance. So God taught Adam and said, look at this, what I have created now, and said to the angels, tell me the names of those if you are right. of course, we understand this two very essential words. One of them is al-asma, which is translated as the names. Of course, we have to know that if we speak to a person who is not familiar with the Quranic or Islamic terminologies used by Muslims, when you say names of God, they will say, "Oh, I don't know. There are several names. As far as I know, the name of God is God." I mean, in English or in another language, there must be another word for it. And in Arabic, Allah. What are you talking about? They don't know, but we know that from the general teachings of the Quran, names means qualities, attributes, as certain discipline uses this word, attributes of God. Okay, this is the one word. The second word is kullaha, all the names. What does it mean? There are many names. Yeah. And then presented them to the angels. Come on, you tell me now. If you say that you are fulfilling the mission of existence perfectly, as it is due to be done, as it deserves to be done. Of course, when Adam presents his capacity as created by God, angels say, no, it is not our duty. It means there are some creatures in the world, universe itself, for example, as presented by the action of angels receiving the will of God and practicing it in the world, or executing the will of God in the world, turning the will of God, absolute qualities of God, into limited created form. This is symbolically told in the Quran. This is the action of or function of the angels. When I say angels are this, what does it mean? Of course, what we understand from it, this is interesting and important. With what we see in this world is limited created form of the qualities of God. But they are manifesting themselves, or they are manifested in such a way that they demonstrate that their origin cannot be limited. So the universe, for example, in and of itself is created, transient, and also limited manifestations of the qualities of its creator. So you can say the universe is a huge angel, I mean, in the concrete form, because it is limited, transient, and created form. And also every piece of the universe can be describable as an angel, because it functions only for one limited purpose. Angels also receive the will of the Creator and transform them and execute them in a created form. Now, the matter is, let's use our classical example to understand this comfortably. Matter is a piece of art. The qualities manifested in the art are in fact, representations coming from the artist of this piece of art. So these qualities are limited, manifested or reflected in a limited form in the piece of art, any piece of art, not all. Any piece of art, all means all the names, not all the names, all the qualities. It is entirety. No, not it is entirety, but only a limited form. So we can say this piece of art manifests the quality of its artist in as much as this limited form of art, as much as. So we can say, if you look at the art as a matter, lump of matter, then it is what the universe is. But if you also take notice of the qualities manifested in it, then you can see the angelic side of the universe. So it is possible for us to look at the universe and see the created matter out there. And on this created matter, a limited, manifested, created form of the qualities of its maker. If you, very simple, this matter is very simple, there is no need to make the belief in the angels difficult. It is very difficult, very simple. When you look at the angelic side of the matter, think about the qualities rather than the matter itself alone, with no art manifested on it. That's it. You are looking at the angelic side of the universe. You are seeing the meaning in them. This is the angelic side of the universe. So this angelic side of the universe that I am observing is represented in the Quranic language, angels. So every angelic side of the creation represents only one quality of its maker. That's why the Quran describes angels as receiving the command, the will, manifestation of the will of the Creator in one form. For example, wisdom side is one angelic side. Knowledge side is another angelic side. Power side manifested in, reflecting or pointing to its creator, is another angelic side. You can say every discipline of studying the universe, we call them sciences. Every discipline of science actually study one angelic side of the universe. Biology studies from one perspective, and chemistry studies from another, geology studies from another, physics studies from another aspect. So for us, it is a beautiful opportunity for human beings that we can study all these disciplines. Of course, not all of them, but you study one discipline, another person studies another discipline, so that we are given the capacity of, that's what we studied, this angelic side is taught to Adam, and also the spirit is breathed into the body, matter of Adam, body, flesh, bone side of Adam. It became, it was given the ability to think of any matter in a conceptual thinking or the conceptual analysis, making a conceptual analysis. What does it mean? Abstract conclusions, like looking at a piece of art, although it is let's say, a stone or an iron piece, but we don't say that this is iron, this is stone, but we say it is a piece of sculpture. I think this is the word. On piece of art, we call it. It is a sculpture. I think the word made by a certain how do you say, artist. And we see the qualities. We talk about the qualities of the artist manifested in it. Let's see, somebody must. Afshan says, how do you know that one angel represents one quality? Because I see not necessarily, don't think of there is an angel and manifesting it. You cannot think of angel. So we see that every manifestation of the name is brought using the Quranic language, with transformed and executed by an angel. So angel of wisdom, angel of knowledge, angel of power, angel of mercy, angel of justice, like this. That is what we have to understand. Now, in order to see that in its entirety, the whole universe is given to the service of human beings. Not necessarily that we are imagining, whether we have to imagine an angel bringing one name down. No, we are observing the universe. We don't observe the angel, but we definitely observe the angelic side of the universe. Each angelic side of the universe represents one manifestation of the name of its creator, quality of its creator. And in one matter, there are many different meanings, qualities manifested at the same time. Now, a creature is needed. Now, to understand this conceptual side of the creation in its entirety, it means all the names, the ability to know all the names from the example that the Quran presents to us. We are trying to understand what we can make sense of the presentation of the Quran, how we should understand it. Angels said, no, we cannot do what the human capacity after receiving the Spirit breathed into him is doing. What does it mean? They are limited as compared to human capacity. We are not competing with angels, competing with angels. What is the point? Pointless. We have to understand these figurative teachings of the Quran. We cannot read it literally and come up with a ridiculous conclusion that angels are better, and human beings are better than angels. So what? Are you competing, or what's the rivalry? What have you done with your capacities? That is the point. The point is not to compete. And the point is not to understand the essence, the nature of angels, the essence and nature of human spirit. This is not the point. But the result is important. When I look at myself, I have many, many qualities to do many things. And especially the potentials of human beings are endless. And at the same time, I see the universe has many aspects in each of its creation. So what I do, I am qualified in order to understand what my mission is in this world. not to compete with somebody else, ridiculous, meaningless. So what is my mission? In this comparison, the Quran presents to me between this Iblis and angels and human capacity, spirit, or the body side of human beings. What are they talking about? That's why I'm trying to understand. See what my mission is in this world. So, a being may have many aspects, manifesting, pointing to the qualities of its maker. I have all these tools to decipher them. So my mission is to fulfill my duty, to communicate with them and come to the conclusion and return the qualities of the Creator to manifested in the creation to its real owner. Don't turn the world, the universe, into a dead body, as especially the late 4 centuries, the human endeavor, human effort is trying to do, reducing the universe to a lump of corpse, dead corpse, meaningless matter, pointing to nothing, teaching human beings nothing, but ready to be, or however it happens there, it is there, we should exploit it. What a murderer attitude. It is a really killer, murderer attitude, shedding the blood of the universe. It means taking its life, making it a dead body. I shouldn't do that. That is what I am here. That's what I understand from this story. In order to understand the story, of course, we have to make the analysis, inshallah. So, of course, we studied the spirit, and now we are going to concentrate on the content of human spirit now. There are many narrations in Islamic literature, Muslim scholars talk about, many narrations about the names of the things. Let's say, this is a pen, and in Arabic it is called with another name, but it means the pen. Again, if I speak to a native Arabic speaker, it will say pen. Various names, all the names are created, all the languages created by God. I found it ridiculous, meaningless. What am I going to do with the language? So what? Everything is created by God. My abilities are or must be created by God, and my ability to speak also must be created by God. Languages are created, but it is if you like, a trillionth of the matter as far as my relationship with the universe is concerned. Ridiculous. It is the reduction to the Quran. How many are there? Anybody else? Then what we really benefit from the very dense and valuable teachings of a scholar, rather contemporary scholar, who is called Nursi, and from time to time we refer to his name, although we follow his method of understanding, which really satisfies me a lot. There are others as well, but the others are labeled with Sufi philosophers or thinkers, Sufi commentators on the Quran. As soon as nowadays the Muslims are so somehow rightly, but somehow in an exaggerated way, when they see the Sufi, it means, they don't really practice Islam, stupid people, that's reduce everything to humanism, etc. This is an extremely simplistic and attitude and nothing but ignorance. Great scholars like Ibn Arabi, for example, says the same thing. Imam Ali, the fourth caliph, when you read his sermons, you will feel that you will see the understanding of these kind of teachings of the Quran alongside with what we have been studying. So Imam Ali is the most famous scholar of companions of the Prophet. He has been educated within the household of the Prophet Muhammad والسلام, from his very beginning of the mission and very young age. So the brain, the memory is fresh. But very beginning, there are many other young companions like Aisha, which is a very important figure in Islamic scholarship, Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, Abu Hurairah, Anas bin Malik. So these are Ibn Mas'ud. These are great young people benefited from the teachings of the Quran, but they joined the life of the Prophet 13 plus 3, 4, 16, 17 years after the prophetic mission started and the messengership was given to the Prophet. Last, at the most, 6 years. But during these 6 years, the Prophet was mostly engaged with administrative needs of Medina, newly established Medina institution, and also expansion of the message to the environment, not purpose. It's sort of own, how do you say, one-on-one personal teaching of the companions. But generally, and mostly concentrating on practical side of Islam now, because theoretical side of Islam, Iman side of Islam had already been established during Meccan period. Now, Imam Ali is the student of the Prophet, starting from the first day of the mission of the Prophet. So that is why he was given, Allah has given him the opportunity to be educated by the Prophet personally. That is his position among the scholars, the companions of the Prophet is very unique. So we have to appreciate it. So they say the same thing. I mean, Ibn Arabi is really writes it as, I just quoted it. Adam's quality, he wrote, Adam's quality to make synthesis between the names of God manifested in things. Great statement. Exactly what he wrote in his writing. So anyways, I quoted it from, again, a tafsir, mentioned in the tafsir. So in a tafsir. So whatever, Ibn Arabi, of course, is an interesting figure. He is like a Nursi, or Nursi is like him. Not from the beginning to the end, they made commentary on the Quran, starting from Fatiha and then Baqarah, etc. So Ali Imran, Nisa, the Ma'idah, so, and etc. Araf. No, not like this. Again, when they deal with a subject, they used to analyze this subject through the guidance of the Quran together, and also make commentary on the verse of the Quran they are studying. So case by case study. Nursi does the same. Imam Ali does the same. And this great scholar also did the same. So we have to benefit from them. Anyways, I mean, Nursi is not the only guy, only person who did this, who said this. And it is obvious that it makes sense when you understand. Otherwise, learning the language, so what? For example, let's say, this is a mountain. What God told me to be able to put a name on it. Look at mountain, what does it mean? Any atheist person can also say this is a mountain. But can they say that this is the, let's say, provision of God, preserving what the human beings need from, let's say, as far as we are concerned, billions of years ago, provided something for me that I can use now. So I can see the provision of God manifested in it, or how do you say, strength, symbolizing the strength for human beings that are manifesting the power of God. So knowledge, design, etc., etc. So, and also wisdom, in the creation of the mountains. We know that great wisdom we observe and benefit from. That is obvious. That is what we are learning here. Our intention is never, ever to compete with angels. Try to understand what my mission is, to make the distinction. So there are many aspects in one creation. So human beings are given the ability to make an analysis, or a conceptual analysis, between all those qualities, intermingle it with each other, and also universally connected all around the universe, and making one whole with infinite number of combinations of communications between matters, between the creatures, between the pieces of the universe. Almost infinite communications, but perfectly, harmoniously demonstrating themselves, created in a perfect harmony. Although with different qualities, sometimes contradictory to each other, most of the case, everything has its opposites, everybody knows it, but never disturbing the harmony of the order of the creation. It is an obvious manifestation of the absoluteness of its source of existence. That's what the Quran tells, that human beings are given this capacity. Don't waste it. Don't misuse it. Of course, there are functions. We will study why. What am I going to do with this quality now? That the potential, human potential quality, which is called the potential of human spirit. What am I going to do with it? Yeah, it is somehow not very difficult to guess what is the point, what is the wisdom in its existence. We will touch upon it, inshallah, in a short time. Not today, maybe, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. So here we go. We have in other words here, making it so clear that Asma in the Quran means nothing to do with the language at all. I'm very convinced about it. All reading here and there, oh, definitely not. Cannot be. It doesn't also fit the spirit of the teachings of the Quran, purposes of the Quran. Never. So I was so convinced. So that's why I speak with a strong language here. Now here is the Araf 180. Let's read the translation. The most excellent names belong to God. Use them. Now be careful here. All the names that the Quran mentions, or you can see the qualities manifested in the universe, belong to God, the Creator. Of course, the Quran uses God. I have to say, whoever created the universe, who is called in the language of Quran. I agree. Why not? Why not? Let's put a name for it. Make the case easy. It says God. In Arabic, Allah. Use them to call on Him. What am I going to do with these names? It is very important. Of course, it says beautiful name, Husna. Husna is the plural form of Ahsan. Ahsan, the best. That's why it's called excellent. It is translated as excellent, the best, Ahsan. Husna, plural, because Asma is plural. It is adjective, must be plural as well. This is feminine plural of Ahsan. So Husna is the feminine plural, but this is an Arabic grammar, not really related to our class. So what am I going to do with it then? فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. Now, these verses really deserve to be studied, each of them. If not, each of the words of each verse, studied at least in one class. At least. Husna, Asma, and then فَادْعُوهُ. Incredible way of the Quran uses this, I don't know how it's called in English, where connects two sides of the sentence. I mean, either the word before it, together with the word after it. So here it is so clear. Sometimes related word, you can see when you study the sentence, you can see connects it. It has, according to the position of its position in the sentence, it has many different. It has it means therefore, because of, immediately afterwards, therefore, as a result. Immediately afterwards. Sometimes it may have and addition, but usually and is represented with wa. But where also is incredible. How many meanings you can use it. Here it is the illah. It means فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. So the translation says, of course, use them to call on me. No, not in fact. If you really pay attention to the meaning of the location of this fa, in order for you to be used to call on him. He, فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا, by using these names. In order to enable you to use it. That is famines here, for this purpose. Quran says, I'm telling you that all the beautiful names or excellent names belong to God. Why am I telling all this? When you see the quality is manifested in the universe, you have to call him on him by using these qualities. It means, of course, you have to refer these qualities to its origin of existence. It means source of existence. Whoever has made this universe must be, let's say, all-powerful. What are you going to do with this conclusion? Because the ability, we said, to analyze conceptually, analyze the matter out there. What am I going to do with it? Because I did, for example, there are some certain, crazy people. They call themselves scientists by they turn the universe into a dead body. They don't return it. They say, oh, it is how it is. As if it happened by itself. No, they don't say it straight away. They say, that's how it is. It's a very ambiguous and tricky language they use. But the Quran says, no, just call on the owner of these qualities. It means realize that they cannot come out of matter itself and made by matter itself, produced by matter itself, or accident itself, or naturally happening by itself. Nature means this, happening by itself. They use the language how it is. That is natural, they say. It's ridiculous language and tricky language. We have to be very alarmed on this kind of, about this kind of languages. We should be very careful not to use them because they don't make sense. What do you mean by how it is? What do you mean by how it is? So when you buy something, for example, if I go and try to take your car away, you don't say, it is happening how it is. He took my car, you say, oh, it is my car, and you complain because it belongs to someone. How about the qualities that you study, man, in the universe, or innocent high school, college students? You study in the universe, in these biology classes, especially chemistry classes, physics classes, or whatever it is, even anthropology classes, they study the old civilizations, etc. Oh, it's very dangerous language they use, very tricky language they use. But we have to watch out for ourselves and also try to remind the people about it. You cannot attribute the quality of something to itself. It is impossible. Can you say that, again, my classical example is here, the quality of the glasses, this pair of glasses, produced by its matter. And everybody said, you are a lunatic, go and see a doctor. You're mentally distorted or retarded, something like this. But huge universe is treated like this nowadays and also injected in the minds of the young people. It's an heinous behavior of nowadays civilization. They don't let others also explain or put forward their ideas in this field. It is under the name of secular state. Everything is allowed in the secular state education, except attributing the qualities of creation to its origin, calling on the creator by using these qualities manifested in it, because these qualities belongs to its maker, its artist. It cannot be belong to the paint or the stone or paper. Impossible. No one can say that. But you say, if you say something to do with belief, which means I'm convinced that it belongs to its creator, they say it is partiality, it's religious propaganda. When they say it happens like this, it is not religious propaganda. We have to watch out what is going on in the world. And all people, including me and you, went through this education, injected into our minds for years and years of education period, starting from the age of 3, 4 nowadays, until you graduate, whatever the level you left education. And also in the society, when you go into social media, it's full of this propaganda, full of millions of people are carried away by this propaganda. We cannot really say that it's a simple matter. It's an extremely important matter that we have to be aware of. So why God says these names belong to its creator, watch out, O human being, so that you are expected to call on its creator and act accordingly, appreciate it accordingly, and communicate with the creator. Fad'uhu, make dua, petition, prayer, but I'm looking for the word, supplication. You are the one who provided the tree, the mountain, and the climate, and clouds, rain, snow, whatever, everything, animals, plants. You are the one you are giving to me. So we have to be modest and also honest to our capacity and to the reality we are observing in the universe. That is honesty. We have to be very careful to be always aware of, conscious of. That is why we are talking about the names of the Creator manifested in the universe and the quality of human beings endowed with deciphering and analyzing, conceptually analyzing, theoretically analyzing what it means for me, what my mission is in this world. My mission is in this world to return it back to its creator and be honest. Ziba says conjunctions. Yeah. Fa sebebiyle. Conjunction. Thank you very much. Fa sebebiyle. Yeah. There are many meanings, but one of them. Yes. Thank you, Ziba. MashaAllah. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Helping anybody, helping me in any case, but especially in language. So I know my limitations, extremely limited language. I know. So there is no need to pretend to be modest. No, that's my reality. I know that. So you can tell me you don't know how to speak English, man. I will present it to in a better language. Please go ahead and do it. Okay. Sometimes some friends say, okay, this man is struggling to express himself, but I got his idea. I must make it into a proper English. I really appreciate it and really love it. Okay. So another continuation of this word is excellent. وَذَرُوا الَّذِينَ يُلْحِدُونَ فِي أَسْمَائِهِ. And leave them behind. Translated this as keep away from. But فَذَرُوا, leave them on their own trash. Really, فَذَرُوا, it's used a specific way in this way. So, okay, let's keep the translation as it is, as it appears on the screen. Yeah. Keep away from those who abuse them, distort them, yulhid. Ilhad means, for example, while you are driving in the car, driving your car on a road, if the car goes out of the road and going somewhere dangerous out of the road, it is ilhad. That is what it means. So the abuse, which is translated, it means misuse them, not the way it should be used. They don't use it in the way that it should be used, but deviated or swerved or went out of its track. So they will be recompensed for what they do. It means if you do the same thing, you will pay for it, because you are really misusing, insulting, and also killing the purpose of existence. Just making the universe meaningless, lifeless, lump of matter, unfortunately. So these attributes of perfection, which is Asma'ul Husna, we can use it most excellent names. So you can say, I think it's a better way of translating it, attributes of perfection. El-Asma, beautiful, beautiful, I mean, means really beautiful. What are you doing? Demonstrating the beauty. But excellent or perfection are more appropriate translations. So we understood that the Quran explicitly tells us Asma means God's qualities, so that I will use them. I will use them in order to call on him. What does it mean? Connect them to its origin, to their origin, and also myself, my origin. I will return all the tools which are given to me back to its creator. What does it mean? This is your gift to me. I am not saying that these are mine, so that I am denying your ownership. I am admitting it. And also I use the universe with these tools in order to confirm, acknowledge the reality of existence. That is what my mission is. I understood that. Otherwise, what can I do? We will study in the following sentence or the verse. Not the following, the one before, I think. No, not before, after, even after. Here we go. Verse 34, we will study that the angels are created, or the angelic side of the universe is created, as far as I am concerned, as far as we human beings are concerned. The angelic side of the universe is created for me in order to take them and return them to its origin. That is my service. On the other hand, universe is giving me a service. Of course, with what? With the will of its creator. It means the creator is serving me through creating the universe. That's very simple. Not complicated. Not difficult to understand. Universe is created to serve me. Universe is created by its creator God to serve human beings. So what we understand, that God is serving me in order to helping me to understand the reality, so that the creator says, I am going to reward you with my perfect, excellent qualities manifested in the created form, so that your tools that I gave you, spirit, will be fully satisfied. Come on. Come on. Be honest to yourself. Admit it, accept it, confirm it, and deserve it. That is the story of the Quran's human creation, the paradise, the hell, and angel, etc., etc. All these wars between the prophets and the opponents, the rejectors of the prophet, or liars, those people who lied the prophets, and deniers of the truth. All these things are only summarized in this way, in this form. God is serving me. I have to appreciate it. I am given the ability to do that. How am I going to appreciate it? We will study, inshallah. The time is now up. Next week or the following weeks. I cannot guarantee anything. Depends on how we study the verses, following verses. So how am I going to do it? What is my mission? Am I going to really do some really hard work? Although it seems to be religion brings me lots of responsibilities and restrictions, are they really responsibilities, burdens, and restrictions on my life? Or are they the means which are called the Sharia rules, accepting or practicing Ubudiyya? It means practicing prayers, that simple language, our ibadat, worshipful attitude, or regular prescribed actions, prohibitions. Are they really burdens or means of, vehicles of communicating with my creator, so that through this creator, I will express my appreciation of his favor to me? Oh, excellent possibility, excellent vehicles, excellent opportunities that we should use and utilize. For example, the prayer, it's incredible. 5 times daily prescribed prayer is incredible. Of course, and next to it, let's say, fasting. Simple. Very simple. Instead of 3 times eating, 3 meals, 2 meals, and in between, watch out. Be careful. What's going on in the world? So what is, how precious these things are. Otherwise, we keep eating, drinking. In America, everybody has something in his hand, always her hand, always. In one hand, a cup or something, whatever it is, it's small things, pieces of something to eat. And on the other hand, their cell phones. That's it. Life is this. Life is this. What are we doing? Which kind of civilization? How ridiculously reductionist to human reality. Am I here just to exchange that? How are you doing, guys? Or you know what I am having now? Look at this. showing the picture of your coffee or whatever you have in your hand, all trash food, mostly harmful, industrial productions, forgetting about really how God creates them, covering up with the packages, flowery, flashy packages, and selling 5 cents products to you for $10, $5, exploiting your labor and making you really slave of this civilization, make you in a position that you have to work for them hours in order to get a coffee. If you make the same coffee almost, it costs you, I don't know, 15 cents, and you buy it with $3. What's wrong with you? We have to watch out. We have to be careful. What's going on? It is a voluntary slavery. Free slavery, as if, it sounds contradictory. Free slavery, voluntary slavery. Why? Because of the weaknesses that we are, our weak points are really exploited. We have to watch out. We have to have a strong will to decide, to resist. No, I'm not going to submit myself to you. I'm not going to waste my labor. Just make it very tasty, smelly, but harmful. Or junk food. I made a mistake and somebody offered me, very recently, last Friday, somebody offered me some food, ready packaged food. I said, I should be kind to him, let me not say no or something. I cannot throw it, but at the same time, because I'm not, my taste has nothing to do with those things at all. Alhamdulillah, I'm very thankful to God. My stomach got upset. What's going on? Someone said, why are you disturbing me? But these people's stomach has got used to it, which kind of really very influential civilization that they really captivated our free will as if we are robots now. Not as if really. Sometimes I see exactly robots, not human beings. So we have to watch out. We are studying the Quran for a purpose, in order to see what my position is in this existing civilization. So that is called your political or consciousness. What are we doing in this world? What is my location in this world? How am I going to stand before this civilization? What is right? What is wrong? I have to make the decision. I have to have a strong character and free will. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Anyways, our study is not theoretical, should be practical. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.